Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a mini service on the Trident NP. So today I'm going to be doing a mini service on the Trident NP. This Trident is over a year old now. It's been operating very well, to be honest. I've had a few calibration issues, but I've had to recalibrate it, but apart from that it's been good. So this is up for sale at the moment, but I'm going to do a mini service before it goes and hopefully show you guys how to take it apart. One thing you need to do before you do this is you need to take out, this will be plugged in there like that. You need to pull that out and power it down. So just make sure it hasn't got any power to it. It's okay to leave these connected. There won't be any issues there whilst doing this. Actually, we won't be stripping it all the way down. I just want to be cleaning the vial in here, which tends to get dirty, so I'd clean it every few months and recalibrate it, obviously. So I'm going to start off with taking that out. You could take the tray out. It's just make sure you've got no dribbles of reagent. So I'd have these out here because you don't want to get the label there wet. Now at the bottom here you've got 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you noticed you've got the thin ones at the front here, so they're not done, they're only done up finger tight. You don't want to be wrenching these up with any kind of pliers or anything like that. Finger tight only. So let's undo these screws here. They're just screwing feet basically. Now let's put that to one side. That's the drip tray. So with them 4 undone, this will now, if you can see, you can get your fingers in there and then gently do that. So then these bits of plastic here are out of these slots, and do that to each side like that, and then tease, very carefully tease that off by pulling out like that. So you want to do that motion. You don't go mental, and you've got to be very careful you don't break these. If you just wrench it off, you'll end up breaking these. Won't be the end of the world, but your cover won't be held on properly. So I'm going to turn this around. Right, this is the vial that gets dirty. So I'm going to be taking that out. I just want to warn you, if you take this ribbon cable out at all, I'd say just leave it in there. If you take this ribbon cable out or off that circuit board, you've got to put it on the right way. You've got to make sure that that red on the ribbon cable is pointing up. If you reverse it and push it back in and plug the power in and switch it on, you'll damage the circuit board. But what I like to do, because there's loads of delicate parts on here, is just tease these out like that. You see I'm putting a bit of pressure on there, not too much, and that will fall out just like that. And you want to turn it and bring it through this way. Now you haven't got much play on here, so you've got to be careful of that tube. Now bear in mind, if this is still full up with water somehow, if it's in the middle of a test and you've unplugged it, you've got to make sure that's empty first before you carry out this procedure. Get yourself a little tool like that, a little pick or an end of a knife, and you want to tease this bit of tape up because you want to keep this tape, and that will reveal that little cap. And just take it off. I would just stick that there for a minute because you don't want to get it dirty. You want to reuse that tape. So next step is I use cotton buds. Now you don't want to get this soaking wet, and you don't want, especially you don't want any water on the circuit board here. So pay special attention to that. And I've got some RODI water, and all I'm going to do is just dip it in some RODI water. It's not soaking wet, as you can see, and just gently clean down the vial here. There'll be the little stir at the bottom, don't worry about that. And you'll see how much dirt is coming off of there. It's what's left, deposits left over from the reagent. But what I do is just persevere, get all that out. Get another end of a cotton bud. You only want to use one end. You don't want to turn it around and handle the other end, because bear in mind that's reagent in there, and it can be it could cause skin irritation. So you want to keep this end clear. That's the end you want to handle. Otherwise, you turn it around and handle that end, you'll probably end up with some skin irritation. And that's lovely and clean. Make sure you dispose these properly, because the reagents are toxic. There's only a tiny bit on there, but just make sure you don't leave them out in the open for children to get or anything like that. Just dispose them straight away. And then get some dry ones now, and then just carry on drying it all out. Where the light shines through here, there's like a light shining through here, and you've got a sensor here, and that's how it measures the colour of the reagent. A bit like Hannah checkers, they have the same principle really. So get that all nice and dry with the cotton buds. That's all nice and clean. And you can see where I'm cleaning just there, that's where the hole is, and that's where the light shines through to the sensor on the other side. So it's all nice and clean. In my case, it'll be all nice and clean for the new owners of this Trident NP. That's it really. So I had as you saw, there's no water really, it's just damp cotton buds in there. Then I've got dry cotton buds, dried it all out, there's no water on here at all. And just get this and go in reverse order, make sure that's nicely sitting on there, and the tape holds that in position. So there's a couple of checks you need to do before putting it back. Because you've had it out here, maybe pulling on this, you want to make sure that this tube is pushed right, or this tube is pushed all the way up, and it hasn't been pulled off at all. As you can see, that is still nicely on there. So what we're going to do, make sure that's all on there as well, which it is. That's nicely firm, pushed down. And you can put it back through there and then slide it back up there. So these two notches here will just grip like that. There's another check I like to do, is just look down here, and you can see this junction area where all the tubes go in. Now you want to make sure that none of these are starting to come off at all. It's just a good check to do, but as you can visually see, all the tubes are pushed onto the junction okay. I normally do this procedure when I'm changing out the reagents for new reagents, and I have got calibration solution on hand. Right, let's get this lid back on. So I'm just teasing the lid out that way, not a lot, but just enough to get these back in. You want to get these back in these slots here. That's what you're aiming for on each side, because the feet screw through and it keeps that in place. So I'm going to slightly pull that out, make sure you don't catch the tubes. You can get the front ones in first. If I pull that back so you can see, I'm teasing that lid out and the front one's going in there like that, and I'm going to do exactly the same with the back. Get my fingernails in there, and that's it. Now what I'm going to do, yeah, again I must stress, wipe these before you start, making sure you got no reagent lurking about that's going to get in your skin. If you get it in your skin, obviously goes without saying, wash it straight away, or wear some blue gloves. That'll probably be the best thing. Right. That should, have I got that? That's it. Good. Now what we want to do, grab your feet and put them back on. Again, only finger tight. And this will be all ready for the next person to receive in my case. But in your case, just power it back up and perform, if you're changing the reagents out, do the tasks that allow it takes you through each step of changing reagents out. And I'd perform a calibration. You will need to perform a calibration after that. And there is, I think there's a task in the menus now to perform calibrations. You used to have to do that manually, but I think there's they've released an update that you can do that through the tasks now, so it shows you what to do. So that's it really. Then all you want to do, get this lid that tends to fall off most of the time, and it will just slide in up there and push back, and that drawer keeps it in there. That's it, jobs are good. So like I said before, whatever you got, either a power adapter or the mains lead, there's two types to wire power on this. You might have a USB and the power adapter, or just the 4-pin power adapter to your Neptune controller that powers it up. So power it up, let it do its thing, put your new reagents in if you want to, make sure you calibrate it, and I think that's it. Thanks for watching today. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. See you soon.